So I'm going to go through and look at what I plan on doing for the TradingView challenge in regards to the 4 pairs I'm allowed to trade based upon that whole challenge thing, whatever. BTC USD, Euro USD, SPX 500, and gold. Or XA, you can read it right there. So just going to go to the weekly. I'm going to open up each chart, come here to the weekly, take a look at what that looks like. So looks like we've been bullish for quite some time, going all the way up into this area where we haven't been for quite some time. And so it's like, what is my current plan? Well, it looks like, looks like this candle actually doesn't close for another 2 hours and 41 minutes. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until that actually closes. Let me move beyond that and go to Euro USD. Euro USD on the weekly, we've been pushing up. Looks like we're still going bullish, so I'm planning on the next candle to go ahead and be bullish as well. So what I will do is I'll come here to this area here. I'll look for the trend line tool. I'm going to take the close of the previous week's candle, rough estimate. We're going to come here, there, and then I want to look at roughly 50% of the previous candle, which is actually right about there. That's that. So now that I have those two things marked up, I will drop down to the 4-hour, look at what both those things look like. So granted, we have a little mess here because this was the previous week chart up that we had there, but here is my new 50% retracement. So now that I have that, I can actually clean that up a little bit if it'll let me select it, and we will just expand that a little bit more to include. So now when we look at this, we have some structure. So it would be like a break and retest. Price came up. Let's get this little arrow guy here. So price came up, found some resistance here, bounced off of it, whatever reason, found some support here, and then broke through it. And so given how the market tends to move, if price comes back in this area, this could be support for a further move upward. So with that being said, this could be a really solid place to put my stop loss on the other side of this and get an entry somewhere in here. So using the day trading method, it's just the direction I'm expecting up. The area, here's my area of interest, and all I'm waiting for is price to come back down here and show me some signs that it's not going to break through this level, and then I'll just take an entry. So currently that is what we're sitting at. I will move this alert into that zone right there to see how price reacts. One of the things that we do have here though is price has created its high from the previous week's candle. You can see that at the 1098 area, and we seem to be just going sideways right now. So with that being said, we got kids playing. With that being said, we have another little quote unquote zone that could be an area of interest depending on how price reacts. I may drag this up just a little bit more. So I want to see this. I want to get this up in there. I'll move this over a little bit. So if you see this little wick area here, price has failed to be able to break below that. So depending on the momentum of next week, of this week that's coming up, price could likely come back down to that area, which would still be a solid wick on the weekly area, but not be able to break through. But I won't know that unless I actually watch it. So when that gets triggered, I'll come in and I'll start looking to see how price has actually reacted to that area. If I think it's valid, I'll go ahead and take an entry. So with that same process of trying to figure out the direction, looking at or trying to come up with areas of interest, I have found that is an area as well as the one down below. So we'll just see how that actually plays out for this next week. And, where do we expect price to go? Well, probably all the way up to that 1105 area. So that's that. So let's jump back out to the weekly, clean up the chart a little bit here, and then we're going to go to XPS 500. given this one, it's been going up for quite some time. I don't know where it's going to go. Really have no idea where it's going to go. So let's just look at the previous candle to see where that's at. Oop, I don't know what I just did there. This actually hasn't opened up, but unfortunately, with the way that this candle closed last week as a doji candle, I have almost nothing to work with. So what I might do is just go off the previous candle. So I will have, it looks like I already have a nice little zone there. I'll use this same area or same candle here to use as far as where I plan on putting, or where I expect price to go next week. So we'll drop down to the 4 hour. And this is basically what we got. We have a mess from last week. Still somewhat of a, we have this zone right here, which, you know, what does that look like? Last week, that was the zone we were looking for in order to take to buy up. It's just not clean. And so without that being clean, I really have nothing to work with the exception of, let's get rid of this guy. So we know that that's roughly the middle of the zone, or the middle of that previous candle. What I do have here is an area here that could potentially go away. Why aren't you going away? Go away. Could potentially be an area where price will react from. So if price can come down to that area here, then we will look at taking a trade from there. Have to see how price reacts. Last one is gold. Meant to jump back out to the weekly just so we don't get too funneled down, bogged down by that. We've had a strong bullish candle. How far? Do we have anything to the left that we can use as our next? No, we do not. No, we do not. Okay, so with that being said, we have, let's draw the open. I think gold opens up tomorrow morning. I don't know what time. Don't quote me on what time. And we have 50%. Now, the only problem with 50% is that's a huge candle. The likelihood of it tracing down 50%, given the momentum, probably not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, I have a high marked from early 2020 or late 2023. That could be an area. Let's see what it looks like on the 4 hour. So we have that zone right there. That would be the low of that small little pullback. So we have, what are you doing? We have a push up above here. It pulled back, pinged that one little area, and then took off again. So what we can do is, I'm going to keep that level there, but then here is a break and retest level that would give me a solid place to put my stop loss if I decided to get into a trade. So I am going to take that. That'll be the first area I look at. And then if that fails to break through, I'll come back and I'll go ahead and mark an alert here now. But I will come and look and see how price reacts to that level. And so those are the 4 pairs that I'm able to trade. Oddcad? Wait. Oddcad's not one of them. Why are you in my list? I have no idea why Oddcad's even on the list. Those are the 4 trades I can pairs I can trade, or assets, whatever you want to call them. And that is the current plan that we have for all 4 of them. I have going to do the exact same thing for all the rest of the Forex pairs that I'm actively trading with my other real account. Everything through the challenge is a demo account. Start out with $250,000, and you know, if you make like 1% by the end of the month of March, then they give you a free month of TradingView. So plus it keeps you committed to just getting on the charts and placing trades. So I'm glad for it, and I hope other people will jump on it as well. But yeah, I'm gonna do that exact same thing for the other pairs. I'll probably share that as the trades play out all throughout the week, throughout Telegram and everything like that, and just keep accountability in my trading journal as well as through Telegram. If you have any questions, by all means, jump onto Discord and ask the question. You can ask the question in the comments here. Doesn't really matter. I try to answer everything that's out there. If I can provide a little bit of insight, then great. If I can't, then sorry. I hope you find it elsewhere. But hope you guys enjoy the rest of the week and have a blessed evening.